guys, welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the week preceding February 28th. I actually just did a Stacking the Shelves last week, and I didn't think I was going to get that many books, but then all of a sudden I realized I had a ton of them. So I'm going to go ahead and just go through them. The first ones I'm going to go through are audiobooks. And Audible was having a deal where they had the whole series on sale for various book series. And normally they don't do that. A lot of times they've had kind of a habit of putting the first book of a series on sale to try to lure you in to start reading it. So I went ahead and I did get these two books because it was a series both me and my son are listening to an audiobook, and I really wanted to go ahead and get that. The first one is Thunderhead by Neal Shusterman, and then the second one is The Toll by Neal Shusterman. So I don't know if the sale is still going on, but if you are interested, this whole series was on sale. The audiobooks were $4 each. Maybe it was $4.95 each, so maybe $5 each, but a great deal. These are really well done audiobooks, and paying $4 or $5 for an audiobook is really nice. I actually just bought them outright. I do have an Audible account and credits, but the credits end up being $9 each, so it's just worth it to just buy the books and save the credits for more expensive audiobooks. So I went ahead and did that. I did get quite a few books for review, and this is most of my unexpected haul. So the first one I got for review is Imaginary Numbers by Sean McGuire. This is the 9th book in the Encrypted series, and I'm really looking forward to this. Sean McGuire is one of my favorite authors. She's just very consistently good. And this book does, I believe, switch to Sarah, the cuckoo's point of view, who's super good with numbers. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I believe that's where the series was going. I got this to review, but it did release on February 25th, so the publisher chose to grant it to people to review on the release date, which is fine. But I probably won't get to reading it for a week or two, so it is out if you want it. That's my third book. I picked up kind of a couple random books on Amazon Vine. I haven't been having a ton of books show up on my personalized Amazon Vine review list, so I did go ahead and just pick these up because they were there and they looked interesting. The first one is called Dear Emmy Blue by Leah Lewis, and this is about a young woman who releases when she's 16, she releases a balloon with her email address and a big secret in it into the sky. And then many, many, many years later, I guess this guy finds it and she ends up involved with him or something like that. It just sounded kind of like a cute, quirky, fun romance read. And I know we're not into summer reads yet, but we are hoping at some point here in Minnesota we will be into spring reads, and it is in the 40s, so that does feel like we're heading the right direction. So I just thought this would be a fun, cute read, and when I saw it, I went ahead and I got it. Second one I got for review, I'm kind of wondering now why I picked it up for review, but I have been into reading some more historical type political novels lately, occasionally. That is The Gringa by Andrew Altschul. And I probably said that wrong. Altschul? I think that's how you say it. This comes out in March. Oh, yeah, when does this one come out? Oh, this Dear Eat Me Blue doesn't come out until July, so I got this pretty early. And then The Gringa comes out in March. And this is supposed to be it just sounded really interesting to me. It's set in the late 1990s in Lima, Peru. It's about a Stanford grad who's working there who gets involved in Marxist revolutionary groups or something like that. It was just another one of those historical fiction novels that sounded intriguing to me. Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm kind of thinking it's a pretty big book, and now I'm kind of why? I hope this is decent. It does have good reviews on Goodreads and stuff, so I'm hoping I will like it. It's a little bit outside of my normal, realm of comfort for reading, but whatever. One thing I was really excited about that I got, and that's this whole section of stuff here. I used to do a lot of reviewing for Cork Books, and then they I don't know if they officially went under or if they just didn't have a lot of publicists or whatever, but the lady I was working with at Quirk Books left, and then I didn't hear from them, and then all of a sudden, like last month, I got an email from them asking if I would be interested in working with them again. So I love Quirk Books. I also really like Strange Chemistry, which is their in adult line. They do tend to do like weird, quirky books. They did the whole like Star Wars Shakespeare reboot, and they've done Android Karenina, like just some strange things. That's also where the Jane Eyre zombie rebooting got done and all of that. So I really enjoy like being involved with that company just because they do some weird stuff. So I got a care package from them with a bunch of the Warren the 13th books. This is the whole trilogy. It came with like a little set of tattoos and then a full color plate that I will probably hang in my office because I usually hang stuff like this on the walls of my office. And then the books themselves, Warren the 13th. And this volume 1 is the All Seeing Eye. Now, these are, and I'm not intentionally plugging these Quirk books or anything, but these books are very nicely put together. They'd be like an excellent coffee table book. They have really cool illustrations throughout, and they're kind of set up to be like a middle grade story about this boy who is running this like spooky hotel. That's becoming somewhat run down because he doesn't have very good help right now. Like his uncle is the actual owner of the hotel and he doesn't really care about it. He's lazy. So anyways, I started reading this with my son who is now 13 and is way too cool for this book. We'll just put it that way. He was like, I'm not interested in this at all. So now I'm reading them on my own. I'm about a third of the way through this. It's been very cute. They're very nicely put together. They're just a very nice book. So enough on that. But Warren the 13th and the All Seeing Eye is the first one. The second one is Warren the 13th in the Whispering Woods. And then the third one is Warren the 13th in the 13-Year Curse. So this is a trilogy, again, meant for more like the middle grade age group. But I always really like these kind of weird, creepy-ish middle grade books. I don't know. It seems to be like a subgenre within like middle grade fantasy. All right, so 4 more books to talk about. 2 of them I did buy. The first one I picked up kind of as an impulse buy at Barnes & Noble because anytime we go to Barnes & Noble, I try to buy something because I really like that we still have at least one brick and mortar bookstore around. And that was Damsel by Elena K. Arnold. I absolutely loved Red Hood. It was just so different from any young adult fantasy type book I had read. So I went ahead and picked up Damsel. I've heard a lot of mixed things about these. I know a lot of people don't like it because of the writing style, but I really enjoyed the writing style for Red Hood just because, as I said, it was so different and creative. I'm looking forward to reading Damsel. And then the second one I bought is one I pre-ordered a really long time ago, and that is Volume 12 of The Ancient Magus Bride by Kori Yamazaki. And yeah, the series for me has been going a little bit downhill since they started like the whole school story arc. I didn't really like the last one that much. I just felt like nothing was happening. So hopefully I like this one. If not, I might kind of be done with this series. We'll see. And then 2 more books that I don't have here with me. They're actually downstairs. I forgot to grab them from the library. The first one of those is The Promised Neverland Volume 2, which I actually just finished reading. I was getting ready to return to the library. And then the second one I just got from the library was Stained by A.G. Howard. And she wrote the whole Alice in Wonderland like reboot. And Stained's been out for a while, and I keep like trying to remember to pick it up and just getting distracted by other things. So I went ahead and got it from the library, and I'm looking forward to reading that as well. So that's the books I got. So 2 from the library, 2 audiobooks. That's 4. 2 that I bought. That's 6. And then I did get this Warren the 13th series for review. So that's 3 review books, 9 books. And then 2 from Amazon Vine, 11 books. And then 2 audiobooks, or I already said 2 audiobooks. And then the other one for review, Imaginary Numbers. So a lot of books this week. I was not planning on that. A lot of those were kind of surprises. I actually didn't think I was going to get access to Imaginary Numbers. I was not expecting the Warren 13th stuff to arrive. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. Aside from that, I've been very happy. I haven't had to travel for a couple weeks now, so yay. I'm going to be at home for a couple weeks here, and then starting the second week of March, I have to go out to a vinyl manufacturing plant, which will be interesting. And then the week after that, we're going to take off most of that week for kind of a spring break trip up north. We're going up to Duluth. We go up to Duluth at strange times. We go up there a lot. My son really loves it up there. We really love it up there. We've been going up there more in the winter. It's like super cheap to stay in Canal Park in the winter. We can't really take the camper up in the winter because it's too cold. But we just really like it. You can stay really cheap in the Canal Park in hotel places. They always do like these nice little s'more things every night where you can go out and make s'mores by the fire. And we go snowshoeing and snow tubing and then, stuff like that. There's some escape room companies now in Duluth that do some pretty cool escape rooms. So we're just going to take a few days and do that for spring break. We didn't plan a big spring break trip this year because of the whole going to Rome thing in June, which we really hope is going to happen. We've been kind of trying to stay on top of all the coronavirus things. And I hope that it just all burns out by June because we have a lot of money invested in this trip, a lot to Rome. And we did discuss like trying to cancel everything and decide, you know what, it's still 3 months away and we're just going to go forward with it. Because at this point, we'd lose quite a bit of money canceling it. And I would like to believe that if things get bad enough that we shouldn't be traveling to these places, the cruise place and the airline place will cancel trips to those places. So I don't know. I'm more of a worrier than like my husband is, and I'm worried. I'm worried about it. Like, I don't want to be quarantined somewhere or go through all this misery. So, but hopefully everything will be okay. Other than that, I don't know. It's finally getting nicer. As I said, we've been in the 40s. A lot of the snow is starting to melt. I can actually see a little bit of the bottom, like the floor of the deck now, which is nice. It had 3 feet of snow on it or something. And now the cats are getting they want to go out on the deck and be outside because they can tell it's getting warmer. So that's always really nice. Hockey season is officially done. We do have our end of the year hockey party this coming weekend, and then we're done with that. My son did decide now that he wants to try lacrosse this year, so he signed up for that, and that will start later in March. So he'll keep us busy. He's also doing swimming as well, so he'll be doing swimming and lacrosse. I try to keep him doing at least one activity, like active activity, because I know a lot of times after hockey, he tends to just hop on his video game system and hook up with his friends and play video games for hours every night. So we're trying to keep him somewhat active. It's hard because we like play video games too, but you gotta have a balance there. So, all right. Well, I think that's enough of me just chatting. So I hope that you guys got some great books and had a great week of reading and that everybody is safe and happy. I will talk to you. Well, I don't know if I'll talk to you next week or not. I may talk to you next week. We'll see how things go. As I said, it's going to be pretty busy. I'm going to be out of town for a good portion of next week and then come back and then leave and go out of town for vacation. So it's going to be a lot of travel again. But no flying, just driving places. So I guess I don't have to sit on a plane with a whole bunch of people. So that's nice. Anyways, all right. Have a great week. Hope you got a lot of great books to read. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.